Hello everybody, Kane here today with another episode of Minecraft Dinosaurs, and today, we're gonna do a tiny bit of work on the Brachiosaurus exhibit. Hello! You are very beautiful. I don't like how you disappear when I do that. Wait, does the model disappears, but the shadow's still there? That's so weird. Oh, that's super weird. Anyway, so since last episode, I think I did a tiny bit more work on the rocks. Let me see here. If we just quickly run back this direction. We did all that last episode. We came through and did a bit of work on this. And that. Oh, I think I know what I did. Well, I think I finished that, and then did I come back around here? Yes, okay. So yeah, I did a tiny bit more work on the rocks, just trying to get it looking a bit nicer. I think it turned out all right, you know? We still got to work on the compies. Speaking of which, I was actually just thinking about this because the episode 50 is still coming up pretty soon, and I still want to do a decent amount before the world download happens. And I was trying to think. Oh my goodness! Wow, that's some lag. What are the biggest things we need to work on to really make the park work in its current state? And I narrowed it down to a couple of exhibits really. So one, the Brachiosaurus, which is one we need to work on. 2, the Compsognathus, because that's barely finished. 3 would probably be the Gallimimus exhibit, and what was the 4th one? There's Dinosaurs, I think. Those were like the 4 exhibits I kind of was like, those need finishing. Oh, also, I kind of realized I'd removed the building template, so I kind of moved it back. I built another little rock wall thing, and basically kind of just tried to finish up the interior of the exhibit a bit, so like it wasn't, you know, the way it was. I have no dirt, so we're gonna go to the storage room real quick and grab ourselves some good old-fashioned dirt, because we will need some, and we'll check out some of this stuff because I don't need it currently. And oh wait, flour here. Yep. All right, that should be good. But yeah, so we're just gonna work a tiny bit on the Brachiosaurus exhibit today. So I was trying to figure out what the exhibit should look like, and I got some suggestions, like a lake in the middle or like a pond or something, a bunch of trees, like make it a dense forest. Someone, I believe, said I should make it like the Ceratosaurus exhibit for my Season 5 world, and I really liked that idea. And I might just do it, actually. I wasn't going to. Well, I was going to say I wanted to try and do like something similar, but maybe not quite the same, but I might actually just go do that. I mean, I did really like that exhibit. It wouldn't be too hard to do. Also, that's the other thing. Someone did suggest like doing a pond. I think it was Ave, actually. I'm thinking we might put one like here, which I feel is like the most obvious place to put it. And then we might put a little waterfall back there, have it run down the hill into this lake. But then also maybe make a little like tiny river going from this exhibit into the Gallimimus exhibit or something like that. Or maybe make a second waterfall over there and they both kind of lead into the main pond. We'll see. I doubt we'll even finish most of this in today's episode. It's a decent amount of work to do. But yeah, we're just gonna kind of come down through here for a little bit and just work on it. Oh man, well I do think doing something similar to the old Ceratosaurus exhibit is not a bad idea at all because, well, to be honest, at least tree-wise, that's a very simple exhibit for me to do because all I have to do is plant some mega spruce trees and then I'm good. We'll just kind of do this for now. Kind of have this be the start of the waterfall, and then... yes. I forgot about this. Oh dear. See, ladles and gentle ladles, this is why you don't terraform all of the terrain you possibly can, because sometimes you have problems like this where, whoa, why was water lagging so much? Okay, that's kind of cool. What mod was that? I used to have this mod. Maybe it was like Tropicraft or something. I think it was Tropicraft actually. But it would add like actual waterfall like or like white water at the edges of the waterfall, and it was super cool. But anyway, starting there, we're kind of just gonna dig out the course of this little river. Just kind of bringing it down towards the area over here. Okay. There's gonna be a lot of fill-in work necessary, isn't there? Oh, it's gonna be yep, okay. I do kind of want to see if like this will even look nice, like the current path it's got. So I guess let's just hop. Oh, we do have a ladder. I was like, do we not have a way out of the exhibit? Because I was pretty sure I put one in. We do. It's a little ladder. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense where it is. I feel like it needs to come out more like this direction. So I guess instead have this be a bit more like where it is, and then have that come into like there. Okay. This is gonna be such a messy project. But you know, should be a good one. Kinda wish I'd planned this out a bit better, so that way I wouldn't have to rebuild the hill. Well, it's not too much to rebuild, and maybe it'll look better than it did. So let's just quickly kind of fill things in a bit. Let's see. I am very much considering at this point, I don't know if I'll have time for it today, but I might do a live stream pretty soon for dinos, just to kind of, I don't know, I feel like it, and I think it could be kind of fun to do one. Get back into the whole live streaming kind of thing. Because, yeah, I mean, it was pretty fun back in the day. We used to, I think, it must have been 2 summers ago at this point, but I think it was 2 summers ago, yeah. But we did live streams all the time. I think we had like a live stream at least once a week or twice a week or something like that, and we live streamed the Dino server. Speaking of which, I've gotten requests about the Dino server again. I'm not really sure what to say yet on the idea of whether or not the Dino server will ever come back, like the public server at least. For the moment, no, it's not coming back, just because I can't really afford a server at the moment. If I could, I think it would be I do think it would be great fun to have the server back. It was an interesting thing. It definitely need to get plugins so we could do like claims and stuff. So people, okay, where is it? Oh, there we go. We'd have to do like claims and everything and have bunches of plugins so that way it would run smoother. But I mean, I do think it would be interesting to do the public server once again. But yeah, I mean, at least for the moment, I just can't really afford to run a server. Especially considering we'd probably need a fairly large one. So yeah. But again, if I could, I do think for sure it would be a really fun idea. I do miss the old server. It didn't run super smoothly, and it wasn't always the best. And I think we could only ever have 20 people online at once or something. I think that was it. That was one thing that was definitely a problem with it. But overall, it was quite enjoyable. Oh man, my nose is like, it's time to sneeze, Caden. Caden, I must sneeze. And I'm like, no, not right now. Bad time to sneeze. I'm gonna bring a bed over here because I need one. But what was I thinking? Yeah, so server. I'd like to have it happen, but I don't really know when it'll happen. Because kinda need a more, I don't know, I can't really afford one right now, and I don't really have the time. Well, it's like, I can't afford one right now, but I definitely have the time to like set one up and run one. once I have the money to run, like to afford one, I don't know if I'll have the time to set it up and keep it going. Well, I'll probably need, moderators and admins and stuff, and I already kind of know people I would juxtapose into that position. Yeah, probably. I know kind of the people I would have do that. But man, again though, guys, like if I could bring the server back today, I totally would. I miss that server. It was a lot of fun, guys. It was a good deal of fun, and I definitely miss it. I know a lot of you guys probably miss it too. I mean, I don't remember how many people we had on that world towards the end of it, but I think it was up for like a month almost. But man, it was enjoyable. It was a lot of fun. I missed hanging. It was fun to hang out with all you guys and just kind of. I loved go. I think I would only be on maybe like once or twice a week, just because I think even at that point I was still pretty busy with other stuff. So I was. Oh yeah, because I had work back then. Yeah, I did. So like I wasn't on super often, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I loved coming on to the server and seeing what you guys had built and like all the stuff you guys had done. There were some really nice parks on there. I think that's actually where, yeah, that's where I met Ave. And Colt, actually. I met both of them on that server. But yeah, I mean, like, there were tons of really cool parks. Just lots of cool creative things going on, and I definitely miss it. It was a lot of fun to see. I don't even remember, oh, what was it? I'm just gonna reminisce about the server, I guess, while I talk. But there was, I forget its name, there was a Sarcosuchus though. And someone who was on the server will probably like fill me in on this. But there was this Sarcosuchus that, I think it was like Tyrant King or something. I think that was his username. He had some Sarco or something. And I remember people kept dying to it or something. And I don't really remember like all of what happened with that Sarco. I mean, it's been like 2 years now, so kind of hazy memories. But man, there were some funny things on the server. I remember Tyrant King having a really nice base. I remember Ave's Park being really cool. Manatee Island was definitely one of the highlights of that server. I don't remember whose park that was, but Manatee Island was super cool. I built that raceway on the server, but yeah, no, I don't think it ever really got finished. I don't even know if there were any races on it, but I at least remember building it. And I think did I build it on live stream? I think I built it on live stream, or was it on a video? It was something. I just know I made it and then never ended up using it, which was a bit of a shame. I think it would have been, I think that's definitely something I would say if we ever get that server back. Well, not that particular server, it'd be a brand new world and everything. And probably only the Fossils and Archaeology mod, in all honesty. Probably wouldn't put like Chisel or anything on, just to make it kind of like a super light server. You've just got, what is it, dinos on it, basically. But, what is it? Oh my goodness. Oh, events. That's what I was gonna say. I would totally love to do more events, just like, big community events where we do things like a race course. Like one day I'll get on and I'll be like try and organize everyone up, and we'll be like, all right, we're gonna do like a massive dino race today. And then, I don't know, I'd probably do something like an award for the week or something, like best park of the week goes to like this person or that person. And I don't know, give them a prize of like a free DNA of whatever they wanted or something. I don't know. Again, like I really would like to bring this server back if I could. It was so much fun back in the day. So much fun. But yeah, I miss that. Anyway, I'm trying to remember what happened to the world. I don't remember. I mean, I know it definitely had a lot of problems that I'm definitely glossing over. We had that whole like hacker situation, and the griefer who came on and killed like everybody's dinos. That was super annoying. Like, oh, and it was super sad too, because I think he killed like Tyrant King had like, I think that was his name. But if I remember correctly, his base was like the closest to spawn. So it was like you spawned onto the server and there was just this massive, beautiful park just right off the gate, and he killed like most of the dinosaurs in it. And that was super sad. And, yeah. But yeah, no, I for all of you asking for the server, when I can make it happen, I will. That's a promise. As soon as I'm able to make it happen, I would love to. Other than that, oh, I feel like I did mention this last episode or a few episodes ago or something like that. But again, whenever people ask for the seed of this world, like especially in these later episodes, because it's just been in these later episodes people have been asking for that, it always makes me laugh tremendously. And you guys might be like, why does that make you laugh? And it's because, well, I feel like the people who are asking are like assuming that this is what the world looks like. You know, like that, you know, it's gonna be very, very similar terrain to this. And I mean, yes, it will be in a sense, but in another sense, I mean, the world you would get if you put the seed I used on looks nothing like the world I have now. It really doesn't. I launched it up about, I think about a month ago because I was kind of having some trouble like building some stuff, and part of me was kind of just like wanting to essentially make a mock-up version of this park so I could kind of see like without any like altered terrain what was this world looking like, you know, where could I put stuff and stuff like that. I don't actually remember the exact reason, but I think that was something along the lines of why I did it. But yeah, I loaded up the world seed just to see what it looked like, and yeah, again, it makes me laugh that people want the world seed because it's so different than what the park looks like right now that I couldn't even tell what was what. Like, I was like, I think something I built is over in this direction, but I genuinely don't know. It looks like it would be here, but I don't know, it just looks so drastically different that it was really hard to tell. I think that's a good enough river flow. Just chuck these over there, and then derp. And that should be a decent enough river, and then we'll come back through at some point and make something or other. I don't know. I think there's water under here. Yep. There we go. Okay. And we'll just start filling the river in. That was a mistake. So now there's gonna be tons of mobs under there. Whatever. I've had to do I just suddenly realized, like, I have done a lot of this kind of thing, just filling in water recently because of the bug house and everything else. But let's just kind of try and fill this in. And like this, yeah. But yeah, no, I might actually, as part of the world download, and I think I've said this part before, we might just go and I'll show you guys what like the world looks like completely bare bones. For those of you who haven't like really been watching since episode 1, which people informed me was over a year ago now, which is kind of crazy to me that I've been doing this world for that long. But anyway, because I don't know, part of me just wants to show you guys just like, again, and I do think I mentioned this part last episode, just how much the world has changed, really? Because it doesn't feel oftentimes to me like it's changed all that much, but it's just insane when I'm looking at it, like how much change has actually happened to this park, because woo, it's a completely different world. But I mean, again though, I think, and I mentioned this before, it's my style of building. I tear apart any world I'm given and I build it up from, you know, the ground up, pun intended. Just because, well, it's, I don't know, usually the world doesn't quite fit the needs I have for like terrain or something, so I'll need to go in and make some adjustments, and the adjustments end up turning into massive adjustments and whole new landscapes and features and stuff like that. which I think is cool. I think it's cool to do stuff like that. So if you've never massively terraformed a world of yours, I would suggest trying it. It's, I don't know, it's oddly fulfilling to just go through a world and essentially make it a completely different world than it started as. I mean, I wouldn't go so far as to say do what I have done with my Season 5 world, which was essentially do several biome changes, because yeah, that was really difficult to do. It was, and it was so painful, because I completely took a part of the mountain range and just turned it into a desert. The amount of time that took was, it was so painful. It was just such a painful build to do. So yeah, I wouldn't suggest doing things like that, but I mean, adding in new hills, flattening areas, stuff like that. Building lots of custom terrain like I've done here. I mean, I won't lie, again, it's incredibly fun to do. And your worlds, in a lot of ways, I always think end up looking a lot more interesting, and in many ways also better than they would if you didn't do that, because, you know, it's just, I don't really know how to explain it, but it's just different and it's a lot of fun. Because, I mean, you get things you would never get in default Minecraft like this. You get rivers that don't flow, you know, at only one block level. You get all these, like, water formations that flow on multiple levels in many varied directions. I don't know, it's very cool and interesting to me to see stuff like this happen. But anyway. Yeah, so, I don't know, if you guys were ever interested in doing something like this, I would highly suggest it. It's super fun, especially, again, like, what I want to show you guys is just going back and seeing what the world originally looked like by just checking out the original seed, and kind of seeing just how vastly different your world probably now looks. It's a pretty cool thing, I think. Let's see what I can do like this. I think I might need to do a bit of landscaping with the water to get rid of this like flat edge here. I think it's more just to do with the fact I didn't really pay attention to what I was doing, which happens a lot when I'm doing stuff with water. That's why I usually build lakes and not rivers, because rivers tend to be a bit more difficult to do. Also doesn't help that, once again, I was trying to avoid doing this, but I cut through the side of a hill, so it's kind of at a weird angle. It's not super easy to build at. Okay, but then just come down. And then we can kind of do like this, and we might just put a block like this, kind of to smooth out the edge of the river a bit there, and then just kind of continue like this. And okay, that should somewhat help, I think. I don't know. Oh, what am I doing? I can just pull from the lower layer here. Okay, and I think this is the last layer. I think, at least. So, we shouldn't have to worry about too much after this. Yeah, I think this is the last layer. And the water can come up to this level. Okay, so that's pretty good. To replace that. Let's see. Oh, speaking of which, I feel like it's somewhat obvious now, but I think I've set up the current recording schedule, at least for now, as hopefully being I'm going to record and upload every other day. So every other day there'll hopefully be a video up. I know I need to do another wildlife park episode probably pretty soon. But dinos, I don't know, it's kind of been taking a bit of a precedent, mostly because of the bug house, and then I want to just kind of get to episode 50. I want to keep working on stuff and doing that. But I think that's pretty good progress for today. Like, we did a lot of good work here. I say a lot of good work. I mean, we built a river, but I mean, what, we probably built that in like 20 minutes, so that's actually pretty good. And yeah, I still need to do like a bit of just terrain sculpting to kind of get the river to flow a bit more like I want it to. But even that, like, we've got this little river coming out here that will fill into this lake, that maybe we can then run into that exhibit. So that should be pretty nice. And maybe next episode we'll come back and we'll put like some trees in, because, I don't know. I'm just kind of realizing these videos are starting to turn into like little terrain tutorials, I guess. But yeah, just a nice little river. I think we come back next episode. I'm gonna keep working on this between episodes, like everything else, just slowly on my own time, kind of coming through, putting some stuff together. But yeah, I think next episode maybe we'll work a bit more on the lake and some trees, because I think in between episodes I'll probably just work on getting the rock wall finished back there, and maybe setting up a bit more for the restaurant that's supposed to attach to the Brachiosaurs. Not that that's definitely not going to be finished, and I probably won't even do the interior for this building by episode 50, so don't expect too much of the buildings to be done. But other than that, I think that'll be all for today, so thank you guys for watching. Hope you've all enjoyed, and until next time, guys, see ya.